Nice to have you all here. Thank you for watching this video. I decided to take a walk. I decided to take a walk this evening. It's a beautiful night. How was your day? If you're just starting your day, hope you have a nice day. If this is the end of your day, I hope your day went well. Okay, it's kind of cool out here, but it's not that bad. It's pretty nice and quiet. A nice evening for a walk.
Let's make our colors blend.
Let's walk and have a conversation. Let's talk. Yeah, let's talk. And at the time of recording this video, it is the day before Valentine's Day. And do you have a date? Are you married or are you single? Well, I want to ask a question. This question has been on my mind for a while. And the question is, do does true love really exist? Do you really believe in true love? Do you? Some people don't. Before we get deeper into the conversation, let's define true love. What is true love? How would you define true love? Well, here is how I define true love. I believe that true love is an enduring emotional bond between two people that's based on genuine care, commitment, trust, and selflessness. Yes, selflessness rather than a temporary attraction or convenience. That is my definition of true love. I want to break it down to elaborate on a few key elements of what is true love. And I believe that true love is unconditional care, commitment, trust and honesty, respect. Yes, we can't leave respect out, and emotional depth.
I find solace in the warmth of your embrace. Together we stand strong in this endless race.
Alrighty, so let's dive deep into the conversation. Grab yourself a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, a nice glass of wine, sit on your recliner, relax, lay back, and let's just chop it up. Alrighty. Unconditional care. How do I define unconditional care? Well, I would define unconditional care as being selfless and just in one word. Someone that genuinely care about another person, happiness, well-being, and help. Someone that would support you even in when it's inconvenient or when it's emotionally hard to do so, because we know that when we're in a relationship, sometimes we don't always feel like doing what we know we are to do for the other person, for our spouse, and we put conditions on that love. Well, if I feel like it, I'll do it, and if I don't, I won't. Well, when you give unconditional care, regardless of the circumstances, you stand up and you play that role. You're there when your spouse is in need. Let's say, for instance, your spouse is not feeling well and you just came from work and you're tired, but your spouse need something from the kitchen, a glass of water, they're thirsty, or they just want a snack, and you really don't feel like getting up, but because you love that person, because you care about them, because you care about them unconditionally, even though you're tired, you've been working all day, you get up, you go into the kitchen, you grab the glass of water, you make that snack, and you bring it into the bedroom, and you serve your spouse, because that's unconditional care. It's not based off of how you feel or the circumstances. It's unconditional. And we can apply that to other areas, or if your spouse lost their job, or if they're going through something, you don't just stand there and watch, or you just disregard how they're feeling, what they're going through, but you step in, you play that role, you support them, you encourage them, you love them through it all. That is my definition of unconditional care.
A friend to light the way when the world starts to unfold. Through all the ups and downs, the highs and lows we share.
Alrighty, so let's dive into the second key element, which is commitment. Yes, a word that some people do not want to hear. There are men and women who do not want to commit. They do not want to be in a long term relationship. They just want a moment of pleasure, and that's it. You know, you go your way and I will go mine. Don't call me and I will not call you. Well, commitment is about intentionally investing effort, even when things get hard, instead of walking away at the first sign of discomfort. And that is one of the reasons I believe for breakups and marriages and relationships, because being in a relationship, it's a beautiful thing. When you're in a relationship with the right person, oh my, it's beautiful. But it doesn't mean that you're not going to face challenges. You are going to face challenges because we live in a world that's not perfect. You're going to have to deal with moments of whether it's financial issues, health issues, whatever it is, you may have to face it in that marriage, and that is when your commitment is put to the test. That is when you you have to decide, I am not going to walk away and leave you because it's uncomfortable, because it's challenging, because it's hard. I am going to stick this out. We're going to work it out. We're going to be in this together. You're my ride or die. I'm not going to leave you behind. I will stand by your side. We'll go through the storm together regardless. And if we're facing some issues in our marriage, we're having some disagreements, we'll work through it. We'll talk it out. If we have to go to therapy, we'll go to therapy. Whatever it is that needs to be done, we will work it through. But we will not leave each other because we are committed to be in this thing for the rest of our lives. And that is my definition of commitment. Yes. When the tough get going and the going get tough, you hang in there. You stay with that person and you love them through it. And I know sometimes it's easier said than done, but if you truly love that person, and that's why it's called true love, because when it's true love, that bond is not easily broken. No, it's not. It is not easily broken. And that is my definition of commitment.
I turn to in every single way. With you, I find solace in the warmth of your embrace.
Are you still with me? Alrighty, so let's keep diving in deeper. The third key element is trust and honesty. Yes. How do I define trust and honesty? It means that you're emotionally safe in the relationship. And I believe trust plays a very important part in a relationship. Now, I must say that I don't believe trust should be automatically given in any relationship. I believe that trust must be earned. Yes, trust must be earned because let's face it, would you automatically just trust someone just for the sake of trusting them? No, you have to see that this person is trustworthy. They have to prove that to you. Okay, and all of that is, prior to the marriage. Before you get into marriage, that's when you really do that work to see if that person is trustworthy before you even say I do in the relationship. You must be able to trust that person with your emotions, with your finances, with your body, with your life, with everything. And even with your insecurities, without worrying that they will be used against you later, Or if you admit a mistake, if you've done something wrong, you trust that person will not humiliate you. Or if you express your opinion about something, you will not be disrespected or ridiculed. And you don't feel the need to constantly impress, or walk on eggshells. And your boundaries are respected without any guilt trip. And that's what trust should look like in a relationship. And trust walk alongside honesty. There should be honesty, a level of honesty in that relationship. Two souls that have become one. You don't want to lie to your spouse. Me personally, I wouldn't respect someone that I lie to. If I respect you, I feel that I have the obligation to be honest to you. When I'm honest, it will not backfire and you will not use that against me.
Friendship, oh friendship, upon the storms and sunny days, together we'll walk this road, hand in hand.
RESPCT, you know what it means to me. Respect. Yes, that is the fourth key element. Respect. I don't want to make this video too long, so let's just get into it. That is very important in a relationship. Respect. This is my opinion. I don't know how someone could be in a relationship with their spouse and you've given this person your body, you've given this person the best part of you, you share everything with this person. That's the closest person in your life, like closer than your parents. They know you better than your parents. And you feel that you have the right to disrespect that person. Now, respect is a two-way street. The same way you owe your spouse respect, your spouse owes you respect as well. Yes, it goes both ways because your spouse can't demand respect from you when they're disrespecting you. Now, that's another conversation for another day. But the point that I'm trying to make here is in a relationship where there is true love, respect must be part of the relationship. It's very important because how could you build a relationship on disrespect? And this is what it looks like. You don't try to control that person in the relationship. It is very important to honor your spouse's boundaries. If they say they need space, privacy, or more time to think, you don't guilt trip them. For instance, if you're having a conversation and you're let's say a disagreement and your spouse say to you, well, I don't want to talk about this right now. I need some time to cool down and think about it. Respect that because there are people that really need that space, that time to collect their thoughts, to calm down before they can think right. When we support our spouse independence by encouraging them in their hobbies, their friendships, their personal goals, even when we're not directly involved, that's a way of showing respect. We listen without dismissing, even in a disagreement. If you don't belittle your spouse, you don't disrespect your spouse. It doesn't matter how you feel. You don't demean them, you don't disrespect them, you don't degrade them with hurtful words. No, you're careful about what words you use. You don't disrespect your spouse in a disagreement. And if you do and you acknowledge that you did, apologize. Say, I didn't mean to say that to you. I was angry because we're human. We say things that we're not supposed to say when we're angry. Apologize. Don't just disregard and dismiss like it meant nothing, even though you know that you hurt your spouse feeling and you just went about your day and you didn't pay no mind. I didn't mean to say it, or you deserve it, or you're this and you're that. No. Apologize.
We all need someone to hold, a friend to light the way when the world starts to unfold.
The last one, this is my favorite. It is my favorite. Emotional depth. Yes, I just love the sound of it. Emotional depth. True love must include emotional depth. Let's just break it down. When you're emotionally connected with someone, you have that emotional depth. You feel understood. Have you ever had a conversation with someone, or since we're talking about love relationships, and you feel like that person understands you? They get you. Yeah, they get you. They get your humor. When you make a joke, they laugh at it. They think that you're funny. They think that you're a bag of chips and more, as the saying goes. You can talk about hard or vulnerable topics. Yeah, you can open up to them about childhood wounds, insecurities, anything. When you lay in bed at night, you have these just profound conversations. You talk to each other, and you just feel like you're talking to your best friend. Yeah, silence feels comfortable. You don't need constant stimulation to feel connected. You can just sit next to each other and still feel connected. Like there's an energy in the room. You don't have to say anything. You can just look into each other's eyes and just feel like, "Hey, I get you. I understand you." And you would just give each other a hug. And that hug just feels so warm, and it just warms your soul. That's that connection. And you care about each other's inner world, not just what you did today, but how did you feel throughout the day. How did your day go? How are you feeling? You grow together. Yeah, you evolve together, you grow together, and your goals coincide. Whatever it is that you endeavor to do, you do it together. That's your ride or die, your best friend, your buddy, your everything. Oh, that sounds so good. That's true love, and it's possible. It is possible. And if you're single, you're probably wondering, oh, that sounds good. How do I find true love? I don't believe it's easily found. It's not something that we can find on our own. And yes, there are people who just were just fortunate that they met someone, they dated that person, they married, and they ended up finding the love of their life. And they stayed together until death separated them. And it's possible. But I believe the way to guarantee that you will find that true love is through God. Yes, God knows. He knows the right person for you. Everything that I just mentioned in this video, God can make it possible for you. And the problem is that sometimes we don't trust God to bring us our better half, our spouse, our best friend, our oh baby. We just want to go out there and do it on our own. And He knows what's best. See, sometimes we feel that if we date this person, and if we do our research, and we can figure out if that's the person for us. I don't believe dating. That's me. That's my opinion. I don't believe just dating somebody guarantees that we're going to know if this is the right person for us. Yes, it gives us an idea. We get to know that person. We get to know if we have chemistry, if we're compatible. We learn a lot through the dating process. But what is truly going to guarantee that that is the right person for us is when we consult with God and we ask God for guidance, because He knows. He knows the present, He knows the past, and He knows everything about that person. He knows years from now, after you have evolved, after that person has evolved, because we do change, we change over time. If you will still be in love with each other, if you'll still be compatible, he knows all of that. So if you're single and you're looking for someone to spend the rest of your life with, my encouragement to you today, my advice to you today is to consult with God in prayer and ask God to find that right person for you. And I guarantee He'll bring true love into your life. If you're single and you're praying and believing that God will bring true love into your life, I pray that it will come to pass in Jesus' name. And I thank you for watching this video. May God bless you, keep you, and protect you. Until next time, bye bye.
Find solace